While Formula One has been around for quite a few decades now, its recent rise in popularity among newer and younger fans can be attributed to the success of the Netflix show Drive to Survive. The highly acclaimed series chronicles the lives of not just the drivers, but also gives us a glimpse into the behind-the-scenes action and drama. The show serves as a great introduction for those looking to get into Formula One and is the perfect recap of the previous season for the hardcore enthusiasts. Despite the obvious television tricks and tropes that the showmakers employ, the series has gained a massive following, especially among American audiences, which is exactly what the Formula One group are looking for. So, with the latest season of Drive to Survive set to release on March 11th, let's take a look at what F1 drivers have to say about Drive to Survive. Lando Norris. The 22-year-old Norris is a well-liked figure in the paddock as well as outside it, particularly due to his jovial nature. Having gotten used to an online audience because of his streaming endeavours, Norris had no issues presenting another side of him on Drive to Survive. Coming to America, there are so many people who are now into Formula One just because of watching Drive to Survive. I think I come across it on it alright. I think they do a good job, said Norris, sharing his thoughts about the popular show. Norris also shed some light on his appearance this season, stating, "I had a decent year, so I'm sure you'll see me and the other drivers. Maybe not all of them, but most of the other drivers in it. I did a few things with them at home as well, a couple of scenes of us playing golf. I probably look really terrible because I did some of the worst shots I've ever done while I was filming for it. But yeah, I look forward to seeing it." Carlos Sainz. The Spaniard made the most of the 2021 season with his new team at Ferrari, outperforming his teammate Charles Leclerc on numerous occasions. Sainz, who previously drove for Renault and McLaren, looks to have found the perfect fit at Ferrari this time around. Commenting about Ferrari's portrayal in the show, Sainz observed, "The season 3 episode about Ferrari is not so great, and I was relatively disappointed when I watched it because Ferrari is a lot cooler, a lot bigger, a lot better than how it appears in that episode. We were just going through a rough patch, and I mean, it's Ferrari. Who doesn't like Ferrari in normal life?" Sainz, however, did agree that the show has made a significant impact to the sport, maintaining, "I've certainly felt quite a bit of change in the sport's following from social media with American fans. I think obviously Netflix had the biggest impact on that. As a sport, we've always been relatively behind closed doors, and Netflix has allowed fans in America and all over the world to see the personalities of the drivers. I think it's making a great effect in F1. Kimi Raikkonen. The 2007 world champion decided to call it quits last season, leaving behind a long and illustrious career within the sport. The Iceman, as he's fondly called, is known for his ice-cold demeanour, preferring to stay out of the limelight and focus on his racecraft instead. When questioned about his opinion of the Netflix production, Kimi replied, "I haven't watched it, so I have no idea what they've done. Sometimes they try to always make it exciting. Is it a good or bad thing? Not sure about it, but everybody can make their own judgment about it." Raikkonen has a reputation of being a man of very few words and remains unfazed by how people think of him regardless of how the show portrays him, saying, "If people like it, great. If they don't like it, well, great too. Each one to his own. Besides, I never do anything to please anyone. I do what I do thinking about me. Obviously, it makes me happy that there are followers who like me. There are also those who don't like me, but I just try to do the things that make me happy." Max Verstappen. The newest entry to the list of world champions, Max Verstappen has been the central focus of the media, given his intense rivalry with 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. This could very well be the reason why Verstappen refused to be a part of the 4th season of Drive to Survive, having cautioned, "I understand that it needs to be done to boost the popularity in America, but from my side as a driver, I don't like being part of it. They faked a few rivalries which don't really exist. So I decided to not be a part of it and did not give any more interviews after that, because then there is nothing you can show. I'm not really a dramatic show kind of person, I just want facts and real things to happen." While he's made his intentions of not appearing on the show crystal clear, Verstappen has time and again taken the opportunity to make a few snarky remarks about the show, stating, "Probably in the Netflix show, Lewis and I will be shown as rivals. We one time bumped into each other walking, so probably that will be in there. For them, of course, I guess the finale, it was perfect." Sergio Perez. Unlike his teammate, Checo has been quite open towards Netflix camera crew, as seen in the 3rd season, where the show captured the emotions of Checo's maiden win at the Sakir Grand Prix. Disclosing his involvement in the show, Sergio would remark, First of all, I really respect Drive to Survive because what it's done for Formula 1 is tremendous. It's really something I appreciate. Honestly, at the beginning, I didn't think it was that big or that important for our sport. And then secondly, yeah, they probably create some drama. Echoing Max's sentiment, Perez did feel that the show tended to lean heavily into the dramatic moments, but was nonetheless supportive of the production. The way they sell the sport is a bit of a drama. It is a show, but at the end of the day, it's good for the sport and is good for the fans, so I'm happy with it. Mentioned Perez while speaking to the press. The Mexican driver, like everyone else, is awaiting the release of the latest season, having recently retweeted the official release date announcement. Nikita Mazapin, the Russian driver, at last completed his first full season in Formula 1 with the Haas F1 team in 2021. Although Mazapin couldn't achieve much on track due to the limitations of his car, the Haas driver seemingly had a wonderful time filming with the Netflix crew for the first time as well. Speaking about the show, Mazapin said, "It's a great show, obviously. It's my first time fully immersed in the show this year. I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome and also looking forward to the feedback because drivers sometimes seem robotic. But we're the same human beings and they just see a little bit of, let's say, a weaker side to us, a more family side, a more private side that other people in the great audience couldn't achieve." The team is said to have flown to Russia along with him, as Mazapin revealed. "I've tried to do as many normal things as I could. We went to my home place, we've been to my university and loads of other different things. We've actually spent a lot of time together, so it's been cool. So I'm happy Netflix is here. It's growing slowly in Russia and some seasons are hopefully going to be translated into the Russian language." Daniel Ricciardo. The McLaren driver made quite some progress last year, having made the move from Renault as well as winning his first Grand Prix since 2018. Ricciardo was prominently featured in the previous installments of Drive to Survive and will once again be seen this season. Talking about the show, Ricciardo mentioned, "I definitely feel F1 is becoming much more of a thing here in the States. Drive to Survive put it on the map. I spent a bit of time in the States and up until a year ago, not really anyone would say hi to me. And now it's all, we saw your Netflix. It was great, Drive to Survive." The Australian, however, did have a few criticisms about how the show depicted certain things, saying, the second season, there were some episodes or parts where I feel they forced it a little bit. They tried to create a bit of rivalry between me and Sainz and it wasn't really there. I think Netflix wanted something, but there wasn't any personal grudge with him." Despite this, Ricardo is surprisingly excited about the upcoming season, revealing, "I don't even know if this is good because I think people's TVs are just going to explode. I don't think it can handle that much drama." And that is what Formula 1 drivers have to say about Netflix Drive to Survive. As we await the release of the fourth installment in the hit series, the show is sure to help fans catch up on the events of last season, just in time for the 2022 season to kick off. So, who are you most excited to see in this season of Drive to Survive? Let us know in the comments below, and like always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.